Hey, what's up everyone? Years ago, this is Mr. GWS Gadgets was searching, and if you know, a few hours ago, Samsung announced their new S10 series, namely the S10e, S10, S10 Plus, and surprisingly, they also announced the Galaxy Fold, which is the folding phone, and of course the Galaxy S10 5G, but it's totally different from the other S10 series. But for now, the Galaxy S10e, S10, and S10 Plus will be released next month, early March in Singapore. And of course, they also announced the local pricing. Yes, it's available from 8th of March. And I would see, the pricing is kind of, what I know is like kind of expect for a flagship phone, starting with the S10e 128 gigs with $1,078. Uh, the S10 128 gigs is $1,298. S10 Plus 128 gigs is $1,398. S10 Plus the 512 gigs is $1,798, and the S10 Plus 1 TB version is close to $2,200. So all the S10e 128 is with 6 gigs of RAM, while the others, S10, S10 Plus, both 128 gigs and 512 gigs there's 8 gigs of RAM. Only the 1 TB, it will have a massive 12 gigs of RAM. Yes, and 512 gig and 1 TB, they only bring in the S10 Plus in ceramic white and ceramic black, and of course the other colors, the 128 gigs will be available in Premium white, Premium black, and Premium green. Like I don't know how many times I want to say that Premium or Premium, yeah. But I kind of disappointed that they didn't bring the S10e and S10. They didn't bring the higher tier version, which is S10e. As you all know, there's 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. And of course, the S10 there's also 8 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs. So I think so far only the S10 Plus bring in all 3 storage options, while the S10e and S10 only brings in the 128 gigs. So I would say this time is kind of disappointing, but the S9, they also did the same way as the S10 does. The S9, as I remember, the S9, they only bring the 64 gigs of storage, no 128 gigs or 256, while the S9 Plus, they bring all 3 storage options. So of course the pre-order starting from tomorrow 12 p.m, and of course you can go to your nearest telcos, M1C, Dell, StarHub, Experience Store, or the electronic stores, and of course the e-commerce like Lazada. And of course, if you pre-order, I think it's only applied to the S10 and S10 Plus, not the S10e, which if I pre-order S10e and get this, it will have a better value, but unfortunately it's not. And of course, for those who pre-order the S10 or S10 Plus, will get the wireless charging dual pad with wall charger worth 148, and of course the new Galaxy Buds worth 238. And unfortunately, these two free gifts, they only give in white. So I'm not really a fan of white color. So that's about that. And of course, if you want to trade in, you know where to go, with their Samsung trade out program. Unfortunately, at this time, you can see that they didn't list the Note 9 yet. Yeah, they didn't put up the Note 9 yet, so we have to see. Maybe a few days later they will updated their website. So yeah, I find the pricing not surprising but also disappointing at the same time, given that S10e and the S10, they have higher storage options. If they have, I might want to change back to the S10, but unfortunately it does not. So more or less I kind of wait for Note 10 will have, maybe better features, and of course, redesign of the phone. So yeah, that's about my opinion about the S10 local pricing. I would say it's alright. I say the pricing is in line with flagship smartphones. So what do you think about the S10 pricing? Should it be much cheaper options out there? You know where to go. And that's about it. If you like this video, you know where to go. My Facebook, YouTube, and my IGTV GWS89. And as always, I'll see you on the next video.